Hello, everybody. So, quick story before we get into the review of Shaft, the rated R Samuel Jackson film. I went into the theater with my mom, and, one second. Okay, there was a completely empty theater when we walked in, and it took like till 40 minutes into the film for two people to even walk into the theater. That's how much people enjoyed the film. Let's talk about the good of Shaft 2019, the rated R Samuel Jackson film. Let's get into it. The best thing about the film that makes the film at least watchable is the chemistry between Samuel Jackson, his father, and his son. Very good chemistry. They're very funny. They bounce off of each other really well. Some of the jokes that they land. Even if Samuel Jackson can be very racist, very offensive to people, it still can turn out funny in a lot of parts. There's also those good looking scenes. The film looks good. It takes place a lot at nighttime, and a lot of the same. They go to like clubs. It's not like collateral or anything, but they go to like drug dealer's house and stuff. They get a lot of information about this crime scene. We'll get to that plot later, in the blood section. And it looks good. It's a good looking movie. And then the final positive I can give the film. Wow, we're already done and we're not even 2 minutes in. I'm kind of blowing by the positives, but really good chemistry, really funny. The film looks good. And I think my favorite part of the film, maybe not, is the gunfights. There's about 2 or 3. One's like a short one at the beginning. There's like one in like a bar, and then the final one is like at like a drug house maybe. And it's like very like kind of fast paced. And they're all like shooting each other. And there's comedy in there, and it's not pretty much like, oh, this is the comedy we're not gonna try. There's a lot of comedy in those scenes because it's pretty much a comedy film. It's a black comedy. It's funny when it's happening in the action, and the gunfights are very well shot, very well choreographed, and I like that about the film. By far, and that's pretty much all I can say that's good about the film: the cinematography, the chemistry, the comedy, and some of the gunfights. That's it, sadly. Moving on to the negatives, and by far my biggest negative of the film, very big negatives, unfortunately, the script and the plot. The script is all over the place, doesn't make sense at all, and it's just very uninteresting, and some of the dialogue is very weird and not that funny. And the plot, I just don't care about at all. As soon as I heard the plot, I was like, God dang it, this is the plot, because it's pretty much a murder mystery black comedy, and the comedy takes over the plot. There's so much scenes where people are saying racist jokes. Yes, some of them are funny, especially the ones with Samuel Jackson in them, but it just takes over the plot and just forces it in very poorly, and just doesn't mix at all. And the plot is very forgettable. Like, it's a murder, it's some guy died, then they're trying to find out the crime scene, and then, like, bonus happens a bit. And the plot, I think, is disappointing, because I thought that could have easily been not the plot or a subplot, because there's a tiny subplot in the film about forgiveness and, like, abandonness. I thought that should have been the main plot of the film. People going on this murder mystery and learning new things about each other, and having a bond between each other, and building the relationship. I think that would have been a much better plot for the film. And then some of the characters I could definitely deal with that. Like, there's a mom in the film that I just don't really care for at all. She just keeps on that's super annoying, and cusses a lot and stuff like that. It's just annoying to watch. To me at least. And then some other characters, some characters you could definitely deal with. And this movie is very predictable. Very predictable. My mom legit almost said every beat for beat thing that will happen in the film. And guess what? She got it right. Tell me that again. It's very predictable that they're gonna fall in a relationship. Oh, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. It's gonna be a murder mystery. They're gonna get together. It's very predictable and stuff. Wow, I was disappointed. I have 4 positives and 4 negatives. So that leads up to my grading, which will just have to be sadly a C+. I will give it a C+. Just because of Samuel L. Jackson and the chemistry and the gunfights and the cinematography and the comedy are all great things about the film. There's some terrible things about the film also. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a C+. I think it's an alright film that I don't know if necessarily the youngest audience should see. So yeah, by the way, my birthday's in about a week, so I'll have a lot of vlogs up there. So yeah, sure, comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, well, actually, before we do that, comment down below if you're going to see the film, or what are your expectations, or if you already have seen the film, comment down below what your thoughts are on it. So yeah, sure, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.